In this episode, I will introduce you to the seven-figure service business ecosystem, and it's part of a two-part series that I'm doing, walking you through the core milestones that need to be in place in order to take your business from wherever it is today to a thriving seven-figure service business where you have cash, influence, and autonomy. Let's dive in. So here's the question. In a world where the rules of business have been written by men, how do women entrepreneurs like us, women who want to make millions of dollars and impact millions of lives, how do we create enormous success on our terms? That's the question, and this show explores the answers. Welcome to Power Presence Position. I'm your host, Eleanor Beaton, and I'm on a mission to double the number of women entrepreneurs who generate over $1 million per year in annual revenue. I'm an award-winning entrepreneur, author, and leadership coach. I'm a wife, mom of 2 boys, and I'm the CEO of a seven-figure business. Stick around because on this show, you'll learn how to think, communicate, and get paid like a seven-figure CEO. Let's go. Welcome to Power Presence Position, episode number 439. So I'm so excited to be here with you because over the course of the next 2 episodes, episode 439 and 440, I'm going to be walking you through some of the core components of creating a seven-figure service business ecosystem. And I think really understanding the different parts of this ecosystem is so helpful. When you understand the village that you're attempting to build, the core things that it needs to have in place in order to make it function, it's so helpful as an entrepreneur. And, back before I had a coaching business, I actually had a consulting business. Some of you don't know this. So I ran a very successful consulting business for 10 years. And it was essentially a communications consulting business. So we did a lot of things. We provided crisis communications and leadership development communications training to companies, to organizations, to CEOs. I worked with leaders, politicians, and organizations I believed in to really help them craft persuasive communications that would help them influence and successfully lobby for changes in public policy. We had a production company where we produced annual reports and coffee table books. It was basically, if you needed to communicate something clearly, you would come to our company and we would do it. And so it grew entirely through word of mouth. I did no advertising. My client docket was always full. And it was great for a time. It was helpful. It was a great business for me to do as my kids were really small. But I ultimately came to the end of that business because when I stopped, so did the money. And I knew that it was time for me to create something that was more lasting, to create something that was more leveraged, and also to create something where I had much higher income potential. And the big difference, the sort of mindset shift I needed to make is that in my consulting business, I was doing work. In order to build a seven-figure service-based business, I needed to build an ecosystem. So to switch from doing work to building an ecosystem. And as a professional explainer, like someone who's a professional coach, explainer, and teacher, and that's a huge part of my role, is to experience things, to take the learnings and to transform that learning into coaching and education, right? I am a teacher in that way. I noticed that there really wasn't, it was difficult to find books and teachers who could explain it with the degree of comprehensiveness that I needed in order to see the big picture. So that's why I created the Power Presence Position Business Accelerator. And so the goal of that program is to really take you in sort of phase 1. So you go through the core phase. It walks you through the core phase of taking a service-based business to 7 figures. So in next week's episode, episode 440, I'm going to walk you through the 3 phases of growing a premium priced Ascension model business, a PAM business. Okay. That will make no sense to you until you listen through this episode. So in this episode, we're talking about the 7-figure service business ecosystem part 1. And I'm going to talk about a term that I talk about all the time inside the Power Presence Business Accelerator, and that is PAM, Premium Priced Ascension Model. Okay. So in this episode, we're walking you through what that is. And in next week's episode, I'm going to walk you through the 3 phases of growing a PAM business. All right. So let's talk about the 7-figure service business ecosystem. So in order to build a 7-figure business, you need to know the following. So you need to know what it is that you're building here. And every business looks different, but there are absolutely some best practices in terms of how to set up your business to really maximize your cash, your influence, your ability to get out there and impact people, and then also your autonomy, that open time. And I really like to see myself and clients having 30% open time in your business, which means that you've got, imagine 1/3 of your time, or just about 1/3 of your time, is open, free, and unscheduled. And this allows you to put on your CEO hat and really engage in CEO activities in order to be able to create, to think deeply, to strategize. It's just really important to have that freedom. Okay. So you need to know what to build, which we teach is a PAM business. You need to know the steps to building your PAM business. And that is the PSPSP method. So that's what I teach in the Power Presence Business Accelerator. And I'll tell you what each of those steps stand for. And then also you need to know the milestones that signify you're on the right track. And in the Power Presence Business Accelerator, we actually talk through the core milestones, but I will also walk you through that in next week's episode, what the core milestones are and sort of the core phases of growth. So let's go through what is PAM. So the premium priced Ascension model, that's what PAM stands for, is a way of structuring your business, structuring your service business so that you maximize your revenue, your efficiency, your impact, and your freedom. PAM is a business structure that delivers CIA. And you've heard me talking about CIA before. CIA stands for cash, influence, and autonomy. Okay, so you are bringing in cash and you are keeping cash in your pocket. You are able to generate tremendous influence in your industry and you have a lot of freedom. So your business is set up to deliver cash, influence, and autonomy. I remember, when I had a consulting business, I had no time to myself. In my business today, I have a lot of open, unscheduled time. It wasn't always that way. I had to build it. But I thank the woman who I was for doing the work that got me to the place I am, where I am today, where I have the time. So a PAM business, Premium Price Ascension Model business, fulfills the following criteria. Number 1, it's focused on a single niche. Number 2, premium priced offers only. And number 3, customers buy your premium offer, number 1, and are upsold into your next offer. And I want you to think about this. There's a lot of people out there who are trying to build like $300 courses and make money with them and like turn them into a 6-figure business. And you really don't have enough margin there in order to be able to do it. And these are people who really don't have very big audiences. That model is actually a more sophisticated model. So what I teach is that go for the money. Charge premium prices right off the bat. This really helps you position yourself appropriately in the marketplace. And it also gives you the cash flow and the profits you need to not only pay yourself, but to reinvest in business growth. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you're a copywriter and you have a copywriting business. Your premium price Ascension model might look like this. So you've got a clear niche, and your niche is leadership coaches who sell online programs. Let's say that's your niche. Your premium offer, the very first one, is called the Leadership Sales Machine. the no-fail copywriting system that helps leadership coaches write high-converting sales and webinar registration pages in 1 hour or less. This is a sales copywriting course for leadership coaches, and let's say that price is $19.97. And so that program is going to include a consult, a 25-page step-by-step guide, a fillable sales page, a webinar registration page template, a 1-hour critique, and a one done-for-you copy polish session. All right, so that's your first offer, and your customers are spending $2,000 on that. Then out of the group of people who does that program, you're building trust. Maybe they do it and they're like, great, I know how to do it now, but the reality is I don't want to do it myself anymore. So can I hire you to do my next project? And you say yes, and here's my upsell offer, right? Here's your next offer. The leadership sales funnel, the complete done-for-you sales funnel for online leadership coaches. Maybe it's $4,997, and it includes a 1-hour consult. You create a lead magnet, you create an email string, you do 2 rounds of revisions, and you do an implementation call. Okay? So in the above example, the example I've just shared, the copywriter in question, she has just constructed a premium price Ascension model by committing to a niche. So rather than complicating her life by taking on all kinds of different projects and working with different types of clients, she simplifies by honing in on one niche, leadership coaches who sell online. Next up, she packages her service into a single repeatable premium offer that does not require a ton of customization. So this makes it faster to deliver, and either she can deliver it or she can begin hiring team members to deliver that for her. So now she doesn't have to keep providing quotes or making exceptions. Her offer is very clear, it's simple, it's done. And then finally, she offers a more expensive upsell. So her happy $19.97 customers then have the opportunity to buy her $4,997 sales funnel offer. This smart move allows her to turn a customer who would have paid just $19.97 into someone who paid that plus an additional $49.97. So it takes that one customer from a value of $1,997 to a total value of $6,994. Okay, so this is really, really powerful. So we recommend that women in service-based industries create PAM offers and build a PAM business for a couple of reasons: focus and structure. So PAM, Premium Price Ascension Model, it provides you the focus that you need to scale your business to multiple 6 or 7 figures in revenue. And that's what I did. I had 2 offers, and those 2 offers generate over 7 figures per year in annual revenue. PAM gives you the structure that you need to get back your time and your freedom. So before I implemented a PAM business model, I was selling one-off coaching. Every coaching program was different. Every consulting program was different. My calendar was packed, literally packed. I went from one meeting to another meeting. If I got a half an hour lunch break, that was amazing. My butt was glued to my chair. I was giving of myself. And it was really, really hard to get that energy back. I was not able to CEO in my business because I was stuck in service delivery. Now, understand, I appreciate every single one of those clients. I showed up for every single one of those clients. But I'm so thankful to myself for recognizing, hey, girl, you're doing this now, but you cannot do this forever. And you know what? Your impact is meant to transcend one relationship at a time, right? You are meant to go beyond one-to-one. Now, I still do one-to-one, and my one-to-one coaching today is limited to people who come up through my incubator program. So women who have been in the incubator and are really looking at, they're sort of graduating into private coaching with me, or women who have 7-figure or multiple 7-figure businesses already, and they're coming right into that high level of strategic advisory. So I do a little bit of it, and I do that work because I truly love it. But the heart of my business are my programs, the Power Presence Position Business Accelerator and the Incubator. And both of those are delivered. These are products of Safi Media, which is the company that I lead. Got it? So PAM is one of the most important business structures for women entrepreneurs to understand and master, because if you're a woman who's running a service-based business right now, you probably started your business because you had a particular skill set. You packaged up your skill set as a service and you started landing contracts. But like my experience, every single contract is a little bit different. And so with each contract that you take on, you are reinventing the wheel. And because each contract is so unique, you find it hard to hire someone who can take on this level of complex work for you. All right. And ultimately, you're so busy delivering projects, you don't have time to market, your email list isn't growing. You might be worried about what happens when you sort of sell your way through your warm network. If this is you, understand, like, this is a good thing in some ways. It's this in itself is a milestone. You're caught in the delivery trap, right? You're so good, your docket's full, you're in the delivery trap, but you can only stay there so long, either because you want to have time, CIA, or you really don't want to be in an earning ceiling. So that's why you want to build a premium price Ascension model. If you are selling one-off consulting, if you are spending over 25 hours per week delivering what you sell, this is the time to get serious and start building that premium priced Ascension model where you have offers that you sell, not work that you customize. Okay. And so this is the heart of the work that we do inside the Power Presence Position Business Accelerator. And truly, in order to create your PAM business, in order to get your PAM on, there's a number of milestones that you need to first cover. So specifically, if you are currently selling consulting or selling design, every project is different and you are making money, but you know it's not scalable. The first thing to do, the sort of core milestones that you want to cover, you've got to have a clear niche. You need to have a powerful message. You've got to have a strong offer that has the roots of being able to be scalable. And then you need a marketing system that's capable of producing consistent $10,000 plus months. And once you are able to create that, that's typically the very first thing we're trying to work with our clients to do. And P.S., some of these clients are selling $500,000 already. So we have people who are selling $500,000 worth, if not more, of like one-off coaching and consulting. And so they are making money, but they know when they stop, so does the money. They know if they get sick, they didn't generate money that day. They know that their business is entirely built around them. And they also know that they need to, if they want to grow, they need to change that. So that's where the Power Presence Position Business Accelerator comes in. We help you put in the foundational pieces to be able to take that business to the next level. Okay, so today we really honed in on what is the premium price Ascension model. So remember, you're committed to a niche, you're charging a premium price, and you are putting people into one consistent offer. There's minimal customization. We would call that a high touch 5-figure offer. Okay, so this is one offer that's capable of generating 10,000 plus per month over and over. And then once you reach that milestone, there's a number of things you have in place. At that point, you've got your messaging down. You have your niche down. You understand your methodology and your offer. Now it's time to start scaling that. And that is actually the work that we do inside the incubator. Okay. So just kind of taking you behind the scenes a little bit of my business and my programming. Next episode, we're going to walk you through the 3 core phases of building a PAM business. Okay, so we talked about what a PAM business is today, the core things that you need to have in place. Next week, we're going to come back and walk you through the 3 phases of building a 7-figure business ecosystem. All right. Thanks everybody for being here. Have an awesome week. We will see you next week. And if you liked what you heard and you're intrigued about working with us, getting the coaching support, the curriculum, having access to my beautiful 125-page manual with worksheets and a complete overview and all of that, go to powerpresenceposition.com and you can read more about the Power Presence Position Business Accelerator at that URL. Talk to you soon. If you love this show, then you will love even more my missives, i.e. my emails. If you're not on my email list yet, I strongly encourage you to sign up at eleanorbeaton.com/join. Now, when you go and sign up for my email list, you will quickly discover why some of the most popular, well-known, and influential voices in the world of women's entrepreneurship quietly, studiously, consistently open every single email I send out because they want to be inspired, they want to be entertained, and also I think they really want to connect with a woman like myself who's in full command of her voice and is willing to open up and share her thinking, her ideas, and her story. I promise you that on this email list, you are going to be entertained. You are going to hear really valuable tips about stepping into your power as a leader. And you're also going to get fun insight that I do not share anywhere else. Go to eleanorbeaton.com/join. And I promise you it will be the highlight of your inbox.